Welcome to my presentation. My name is Israt Ara Hossain. Currently, I'm doing my Masters of Management program at Trent University. Under the subject of legal risk in business, today I'm going to present a presentation on a given topic. So, before starting my presentation, I'd like to say that launching a business in a new country or in another country can be complex and challenging process, but doing a proper planning or proper preparation, it also can be a rewarding opportunity for the growth and expansion. Some of the steps that need to take before expanding any operation in a new country, by doing the proper market research, by doing a business plan, by get to know the legal and regulatory considerations, and what are the cultural differences and the marketing practices, what are the financial opportunities, and so on. So when a company wants to expand their operation in a new country, it is very crucial to keep in mind some important rules or laws that I have mentioned, the legal and regulatory consideration. So some important laws of that country need to consider in their mind before going ahead. So some important reasons why it's important to follow some laws of the new country before expanding any operation. These are the reasons why it's important to maintaining a legal compliance. To enter into a new market, it's really important to get to know the laws of the country, to maintain the reputation of management, for the risk mitigation, for employee and consumer protection, for maintaining a good relation with the government, and for the cultural adaptation. These are some of the reasons why it's important to maintain, to follow the rules or laws of a new country before expanding any operation. So suppose, I'm going to share our topic, that is, we have to present two most interesting laws that can firm thinking of expanding their operation and must be considered. Suppose a kind firm want to expand their operation in the United Kingdom. So definitely at the beginning, it's really important to get to know, consider some important laws of United Kingdom. And I'm going to discuss some two important laws of United Kingdom, that is Mental Health Act 1983 and Equality Act 2010. And if Canon Farm want to expand their operation in United Kingdom, they have to expand their operation by the dint of these laws. So my rest of my presentation, I will discuss elaborately about this act. First of all, the Mental Health Act. In the UK, this act is very strictly and it's very crucial, and every organization is following this act very strictly. This act provides actually the legal framework for the assessment, treatment, and right of the mental individuals of the employer in the company with a mental disorder, suffering from the mental disorder. So here are some of the key aspects of Mental Health Act, and they're divided under different sections. So under section 1, it mentioned the care and treatment of individuals with mental disorders. It's actually safeguarding their rights and ensuring that appropriate services are available for their treatment and rehabilitation. For example, it's very common nowadays, after coming back from the long maternity break, women are suffering from multiple challenges or changes, because not only they're coming from the long-term break of their workstation, but also different responsibilities of their personal and professional life as well. So for those women, they are actually, on that time, they actually suffer from some mental issues. They cannot concentrate their work. They cannot properly maintain their work-life balance, and they somehow they cannot do well in the workstation. So for those women, these laws will give them the right to secretly handle those challenges, and deal with this challenge by sharing with the health professionals of the company, so that the company take the initiative to give them the floor to share their views, their thoughts, their problems they're facing, and so that the company can give them a proper treatment and can make them a more valuable for their company as well. Under section 2, which is detention for assessment. This act allows for the temporary detention of individuals who are suffering from a mental disorder and need assessment and potential treatment. This is for them to provide the individuals or the employer to provide a mental support to overcome the mental disorders, and it will be benefited for both ends, for the employer as well as for the company in the future. Then under section 3, which is detention for treatment. This act provides that for the detention of individuals with a mental disorder for treatment. This section allows for the individual to be detained in a hospital for a period of up to 6 months. In case of any emergency happens, the employer's condition is not so good and they need to be treatment in the hospital. They have to be admitted. So the company also bear these responsibilities under this act. The detention requires the recommendation as well of 2 registered medical practitioners and approval of an approved mental health professionals. And the last one is under section 117, which provide the aftercare service of the employees. This act imposes a duty on local authorities and health bodies to provide aftercare service to individuals who have been detained under this act. So these are all the sections of Mental Health Act 1983. Now I'm going to discuss about the Equality Act 2010. So it also divided in a point wise. So in the UK, actually, this law against gender discrimination, which is a very top or crucial thing nowadays, topics nowadays. So laws against gender discrimination are primarily governed by this Equality Act 2010, this act. And this act prohibits actually discrimination, harassment, and victimization based on gender and other protected characteristics. So here are some key provisions related to gender discrimination. First of all, direct gender discrimination. It is someone who is treated less favorably because of their gender, which is unlawful. To discriminate against someone on the ground of their gender in various areas, including recruitment, in the terms of their employment, in promotion, and removals is grounded also illegal. Then second one is indirect gender discrimination. This happens when an apparently neutral provision, condition, or practice puts individuals of a particular gender at a disadvantage. And employers must ensure that their policies, procedures, and practices do not disproportionately affect one gender over another. Third one is gender pay reporting. HR need to provide a report, and that report must include information on the average and median gender pay gap, and as well as the gender distribution across different pay quartiles within the organization. This transparency aims to address and reduce gender pay disparities into the organization. Fourth one is pregnancy and maternity discrimination. As I have said earlier, it is unlawful to treat a woman unfavorably due to her pregnancy, childbirth, or maternity leave. Employers must take reasonable adjustment to support the pregnant employees and ensure that they are not subject to any detrimental treatment. And the last one is harassment and victimization. This includes unwanted conduct related to gender that violates an individual's dignity and creates a threatening, hostile, humiliating, degrading, or offensive working environment for the employers. And so in that case, employers are responsible for preventing and addressing gender-based harassment in the workplace so that they can work easily in a positive working environment they can create, and that will be benefited for the employer and for the company as well. So these two I have discussed about these two laws, which is very important to get to know for the candidate firm before expanding the operation. So I'd like to conclude by saying that compliance with these laws are not only ensure the legal obedience, but also it helps to build a positive reputation, attract and retain talent, and foster a diverse and inclusive work environment, and which will ultimately contribute in the long term success in the business of the business in the United Kingdom. So at the end, I have also added some references from where I have collected all the information, and I've separated. I have mentioned for the Mental Health Act, I have collected the information from these references, and for the Equality Act, I have collected all the information from these references. So that's all my presentation. Thank you for watching my presentation. Thank you.